Are you a guilty parent? Because we're going to have a painful yet necessary conversation, and I promise you it's all going to work out in the end. But in the meantime, stay tuned. We have, almost all of us as parents, done something so regrettable, and there's no undoing it. And we got to move past it. If we're going to do what this channel is all about, which is starting over, then we have to figure out how to not only live with what's happened, but how to move on. Now, this video is for you if you have made amends, tried to make amends, looked for and sought forgiveness from your teenage or adult child. That's probably the level of what we're talking about here. And one of the things I see us do as parents, and you're probably guilty of this too, when you've done the most regrettable thing and your child grows up and begins struggling, and you're pretty sure they're struggling because of your behavior in the past or some traumatic event that happened to them, you are going to do what we've all done. We rush in to rescue them. We try to fix it for them. We're going to throw all of these solutions at this kid because we still feel guilty and regret what happened in the past. We can't change the past, but we are desperately seeking a way to make amends for it. So let me give you the bad news. Every single time we rush in to save the kid, we're sending them a message. And it's a really clear signal. It's very clear. They will hear it, even though it's not in your words, it's in there. And what you are telling them is that you don't believe they can look after themselves. You don't trust them to make the right choices. You have no faith that they'll be able to bail themselves out. You got to go in and do it for them. And you see some parents, they throw money at it. Throw money at here, I'll give you money. I'll give you, you're going to do anything you can just to make amends. And they will resent you even more for that. And sometimes we can be in a relationship with an adult child who doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. And you still need to somehow overcome that. And when I started this healing journey a couple of years ago, I was doing the Dr. Joe Dispenza lectures, and I'd even gone to one of his retreats. And he says very firmly, when people change, when they begin to heal, they can look back on all the things that happened in their past, and they are grateful for all of those things that happened in the past because that's what led them to who they are today. And I could not reconcile that. No way. I was like, I have really deep regrets over some of my parenting choices, and I can't overcome it. I can't feel grateful. No, I just couldn't do it. And that has been the biggest hurdle and obstacle in my own journey of becoming the best version of myself. And I think it was Brené Brown who said, you can't fall in love with the person you're becoming if you still hate the person you were in the past. And that's what we have to reconcile. We can do a whole video another time about forgiveness, because forgiveness isn't a one-off. Forgiveness is a practice. This self-forgiveness journey, it's never going to end. And that's something we have to keep doing. But here is the light at the end of the tunnel, the rays shining down, something for you to take away today. And the biggest takeaway for you to remember is this: whatever happened in the past with your child has indeed made them the person they are today. And I bet you, like when I look at my own kid, and I not only abandoned myself through alcohol, that effectively I was abandoning her too. So it wasn't just my own life I was leaving. I left her behind in the dust also. And so much trauma. And she was actually the inspiration for me to get my shit together, because she was just doing life sober. And I can joke around and say I like to serve as a warning, because I'm always trying to digress and make myself feel better, because it's so uncomfortable even talking about it, right? But now I don't step in to fix anything anymore because I would just piss her off, right? I don't get involved because I realize this amazing person has become the amazing version of herself because she's had to overcome all of those things in her past. And she's going to keep becoming who she is. And she has been forged out of the fire of her own experiences. So you need to take this little nugget of information and understand that no matter how small or how large or whatever it was that happened, if you've made amends for it, if you've done your best, and if you are making different choices, if you're becoming a better person, then leave it. Leave it alone. Remember back in the 1900s, we honestly believed that you couldn't change. A person couldn't change. Leopard's not going to change its spots. And now we know, yeah, we got neuroplasticity. And all the neuroscience is saying, yes, we can change. You have to want to, but we absolutely can change. And if you're demonstrating that change, let that kid of yours grow into the most amazing person they're becoming. And it doesn't matter what you think about the person that they are right now or who they will become. That's their journey. It's no longer your journey. So you got to step out of it and really revel in this amazing creature also walking the planet, even if they're not walking with you. They're going to make their own difference in the world. And you keep on making your own differences. And I hope that gave you something to chew on today. And of course, I love reading your comments, and I'll see you in the next video.